Coin Sixers learned more than a dozen Portland firefighters will get pink slips tomorrow morning. A firefighters union says it's disheartening but expected as part of budget cuts. 26 firefighter positions in all will be slashed, but only some of those are currently filled. Temporary city funding is protecting those jobs until October, and there still is a chance that the 26 positions can be saved if a federal grant comes through before them. Well, it's just one of the safety concerns we've been looking into as Portland Fire and Rescue goes through some really big changes.
The Portland Firefighters Union says the budget cuts and attempts by the city to be more efficient are actually putting public safety at risk. In a Coin 6 investigation now, Amy Frazier takes those safety concerns to the fire chief.
The next time there's a fire in North or Northeast Portland, Ryan Patel with the Kenton Neighborhood Association
I wish that we weren't part of the chopping block.
worries about what will happen. Questions and concerns flared up along with this North Portland lumberyard fire in early July, which is the start of the new fiscal year. More than $4 million in fire budget cuts and fewer firefighters and apparatus at stations in Kenton and Park Rose suddenly hit home.
All companies from command, be advised, we are a truck company. We have no water source.
Kenton's truck company has an aerial ladder and life-saving tools, but it's an engine company that carries water. In July, Kenton's 4-person engine company was cut. The fire here continued burning as crews waited 2 minutes for an engine with water to arrive from Janssen Beach.
What's going to happen if a home or another industrial building catches fire? How much longer is the response time? Is the devastation going to be that much more?
Every minute the fire doubles and doubles and doubles, bigger and bigger and bigger.
Alan Ferschweiler with the Portland Firefighters Association says they used to be able to get 16 firefighters to a working structure fire within 8 minutes in neighborhoods including Park Rose, Sumner, Argay, and others like Arbor Lodge, Portsmouth, and Woodland. Now, he says, it's more like 9 or 10 minutes.
The chance of survivability goes down, the fires will get bigger.
Is public safety at risk?
Absolutely.
So we took safety concerns directly to Portland's fire chief.
The firefighters themselves are saying that they are concerned about public safety with these changes. What do you say to that?
Well, I think that change can be challenging.
In her first TV interview since the budget cuts, Chief Erin Janssens sat down with us to address emerging concerns.
But given the budget impacts and limited tax dollars, we're really working to be as efficient with the taxpayers' dollars and still be effective.
During budget negotiations, the chief was able to keep all 30 fire stations open and 4-person crews on trucks and engines. But she says surging calls in areas like Mid-East County has meant shifting some firefighter positions from Kenton and Park Rose to medical-focused rapid response vehicles in other areas.
Is public safety at risk in North and Northeast because of these changes?
I think North and Northeast have very strong emergency response coverage. It's different, but I think it's very, very strong. And I think it's more equitable across the city now.
The chief says the number of calls covered by Kenton and Park Rose can be effectively handled by 1 crew and rig each instead of 2. She says they were also chosen for cuts because the 2 closest engine companies to both stations are between just 1.6 and 2.3 miles. And now the Kenton and Park Rose stations are about to try something new.
We recognize that there is a difference in response for them, and so we're trying to accommodate that.
This is our first look at the Quint, a hybrid apparatus replacing what was a truck and engine at both stations. The remaining 4-person crews will mainly operate like a truck company with an aerial ladder and tools. But unlike a truck, the Quints also have a pump and carry some water like an engine.
Hopefully it's the best of both, but we'll see. We don't know yet.
The criticism is that it's 2-in-1, but it doesn't do anything well. It has less water, less hose, less room for equipment.
That's a good point that we're going to be evaluating.
But the difference is, it's not the equipment that put out fires, it's firefighters. We have a specific role. In putting them together in the same rig, essentially, you're not making the service more effective. They're either going to have to do one thing or the other.
Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.
Now, those 2 new Quints that Amy was talking about in North and Northeast Portland will go into service within the next week or so. And as for the 26 firefighter positions at risk, the chief tells us she is confident and she's hopeful that the federal grant will come through. The application process opened today, and we will continue to follow the new developments.